All right, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Let me stop this for just a minute. And I want to give you a couple of quick practice strategies for today. I only have a short, limited time to do a lesson for you guys. I'm about to go film a friend of mine doing a music project. But anyway, so here's a couple of things I wanted to share. We had a great week so far of our boot camp from the Bob Songs, my new songbook. And anyway, I tried to copy everybody who's in the course on the list, which is like 24 people, but it won't let me do that in a blind copy to everybody. So I added a bunch of people and just even people who've been a part of iMusicAcademy for a while. So if you're here, thank you so much. And if you check this out. So here's what I want to encourage you guys to do is sometimes you just have to sit down and start practicing. You know, sometimes we think, well, what are we going to do today? And maybe you don't have a good focus, or maybe you just don't feel like practicing. But what I want to encourage you is pick something and just start with it. Like, for instance, the blues scale, right? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern, the first 5 notes of the blues scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so maybe that's your strategy at first, just to sit down and get the fingers moving. Now I'm going to turn on the metronome, and this is what I want you guys to do, is when you turn on a metronome, also it kind of engages your brain that, hey, it's time to practice, right? Even if you don't feel like it. But what I want you to do is turn it on in a slow tempo, and I always want you to count 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you have to practice that to get used to it. A lot of the time we hear the metronome, we think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. But I want you to flip that. I want you to you start counting on 2, and I also encourage you to do it out loud. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen, 1. That's how you get the metronome going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a pro, it's good to warm up all of your fingers, right? And that's one simple way to do it. Now, a practice strategy that I showed you guys yesterday that I really like to do, it helps us to get to learn how to play in other keys, even in simple ways, is going up a half step and then also going down a half step. So what I mean by that is you can take a simple concept and try to at least move it up by a half step or move it down by a half step. So you have your comfort key of C, for instance, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then I work on that, and then maybe I'm going to do C sharp. So I have to get my fingers, and notice I'm up in the keys, C sharp, E, F sharp, G, A flat. And I get used to that, and then I'll put it with some tempo. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1. And then maybe I'll switch it back to C in just a second. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Or maybe I said, well, let me try to go down to B and see if I can get that down. And now I'm up into the keys a little bit to get there. So I count 2, 3, 4... Okay, you guys get the idea. But now let's say, let's focus in on, we've done that for a while, and now we want to make some music with the songbook that we've been working on, right? We had a great week, and you guys know that I don't just want you to learn the songbook with all the different songs. They're all in the key of C, but I also want you to be able to take these licks, ideas, patterns from these songs and internalize them and be able to put them in any song in any key. So how are we going to do that? Well, let me give you a couple of practical examples. The first song that we did was, I think, I See a Pattern Blues. The I See a Pattern Blues has the blues scale, a descending pattern, right? The song goes da 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 ba da da, and it actually has lyrics. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. Well, the pattern is the blues scale, right? I see a pattern and I know I know that it is just what I need. That's the lyrics, I think, for that. Know that it is just what I need. Now, what is that right there? That's the tritone, right, which is a really important concept. And I mentioned how Oscar Peterson would use that a lot, and I love the sound. Lots of pianists, but I love the sound of getting that tension there. So how do you find the tritone? It's part of the first song that we do. It's the root up to the sharp 4, and then up to the top with the root again. So 1, 2, and 5. And just get used to that interval right there and that sound. So if you're playing the song, the more I play, I see a pattern, and then it goes, I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. So I can play this part right here and sort of wear that out. Da, 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 bo, da, bo, da, bum. So forget about the song for a second and just practice that so you can get a nice flow with that. But then a next step would be, well, what if we could move that up 1 or up or down 1? Now what do? We just take our fingers for now, and you say, okay, there's the root of D flat, there's the tritone G. All right, now we're getting some progress, right? Everybody can do that, even if you're a beginner, right? You can find those 3 notes. Da 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 bum, da 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 bum. Well, how can I find the next note? Goes down, just like here. And then it goes down to the minor third of whatever key I'm in. So I could go. It might take you a minute to get. So da 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 bo da bum. Let me do it again. Bo da 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 bo da bo. All right, now we're playing in D flat. Like who would have thought we would be able to do that so easily, right? We're just working on this, and now you transpose it. And I promise you, everybody can do it. Even if you're just a beginner, you can work on doing this strategy of being able to play in the key of C. But we're just going to either go up or down a half step. Well, let's try to figure it out in B. So the first thing we have to do is let's go back to C, and we go root, tritone, root. So what's the tritone of B? Well, it's all white notes, B. And instead of a regular 4, we do a sharp 4 of the scale, and then the root on top. And so just like we did the pattern in C, we're doing it, listen, 2, 5, 2, 1, down a half step, and then down a whole step. So to get the minor third of B, listen to this. Notice that it's all white notes. Suddenly B is not as hard as we thought, right? Okay, now that's step 1, is taking one concept, one idea that you're going to work on, and this is going to give you some confidence, because I'm telling you guys that sometimes you're thinking, man, what am I going to practice today? I don't feel like practicing. But the art of turning on a metronome, or picking one simple idea, or just the first 5 notes of the blues scale will engage your mind. Even if it's in a just moving your fingers at first, it'll start to engage your mind of, hey, I'm not only practicing, but I'm actually getting something done. Okay. All right. So here's the next thing, guys. We'll do one more concept, and then we'll put this together, and then I'll try to do another video later. But I just wanted to encourage you guys, and if anybody's still watching this, I will need a favor from you guys of something that happened with my website, which is kind of tragic, but I know you guys will be able to help me with this. Okay, but let's finish up. So the first song in the songbook is the I See a Pattern Blues. The more I play, I see a pattern. And the pattern in this case, for this one song, is the blues scale, descending blues scale. Now, if we're going to go up or down with this practice strategy, what do we have to do? We have to know the D flat blues scale and the fingering. All right, so the blues scale for D flat is D flat, E, F sharp, G, A flat, B, and D flat. Now I want you to pay attention to my fingering, because I think it's really important. On the top, I'm using 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I want you to get used to that, because if I wanted to play that I See a Pattern, the more I play, I see a pattern. Notice that it's just the blues scale with this correct fingering. And let's practice it really slowly without the metronome. So I have root 5th of a D flat scale to root 6, and now watch this. And then it goes to the 4 of D flat blues. Well, how do I know it's the 4? Well, I count up the major scale, D flat, E flat, F, and G flat, right? The more I play, I see a pattern. So I'm in D flat. And I'm just doing that first idea. Da 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 da. Now, what if I took the other idea, which is the tritone, and I tried to put those together? Let me first go back to the comfortable key of C, which is right in the song, right? You have the sheet music, and here we go. Da 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 da. But here's the tritone lick. So if we're in D flat, the more I play, I see a pattern. Now really slowly. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. All right, so I was able to get to this because I practiced this, right? We practiced this by itself. G, D flat, G, D flat. Okay, now we're going to finish up by doing this in the key of B, right? I don't want to scare you guys because we've actually done, when we did Blues Volume 1 in all keys, we've gone over the blues scale in all keys. But as a reminder, we have to practice these things, right? If we don't ever play in other keys, we won't be able to progress. And here's the thing, guys. What I've learned, especially recently, is to really attack our failures, right? So whatever we're not good at, we're just going to do it, and we're going to not face the fear of not being able to do stuff. We're just going to get comfortable doing whatever it is. So in this case, B, D, E, F, and then so there's only one black note for the scale, the blues scale of B. Isn't that cool? You have 1, 2, 3, thumb under, and then 2, 3, 4. This is the fingering I like. So B, D, E, thumb on F, second finger F sharp, third finger on A, and your fourth finger on B. So watch this. So if I'm going to do my pattern blues, the first thing I have to get is the descending blues scale. The second thing I have to get is the tritone that we already did. Now it starts on the tritone of B, which is F, and it goes up to B. We already said that has it's all white notes right there. So what if I did this very slowly? I'm on root 5th of B scale to root 6. I'm going to first get the scale. Now, the first thing I did, notice that I went up from B up to the 4 chord, which is E. Well, why is it an E chord? Because I went up the scale of B. First note, second note, third note, fourth note. So that's my 4 chord. So here we go. The more I play, I see a pattern. Now watch this. I see the blues scale and I know that it is just what I need. All right, you guys get the idea. Now, the next step is, again, to put on your metronome and practice that with beats on 2 and 4. I want you guys to practice out loud saying 2, 3, 4, 2. So you start the metronome and then you start counting on beat 2. All right, here's the part that if anybody's actually still listening to this lesson, is that I had about 1,000 spam comments come into my to my back end of my music site on July 4th. Or right before that. And so my administrator, who does all my website stuff, had to go in and get rid of 1,000 and something spam comments. So it happened one other time a couple years ago. But the tragic part is all of my reviews were disappeared. So in order for him to restore everything, he had to go in and delete everything. That means all of my reviews for all of my courses for the last probably 3 or 4 years, because it happened before that as well. But all of my comments for the last 3 or 4 years disappeared. So he was able to recover about, 5, 6, 10 of them. whatever. And so he got those restored, but they all say July 4th on them, unfortunately. And several of my courses don't even have reviews on them right now because of this unfortunate event. And anyway, so what I'm asking people to do, if you'll consider it, is because everything we do covers all the material, and you guys have all the material. But I need people to consider rewriting reviews on not only the songbook and things that we're doing, but also other courses, and to see if you could sincerely help me out by seeking out those courses that don't have reviews. So it's an unfortunate thing, but it is what it is. But having said that, I'm very excited about everything we're doing together, and it's been really good. It's been really good for me too, because I'm really finding some time to practice with you guys and to learn all this stuff, and it's really good. It's really helping me, and I want you to stay motivated. I'm certainly motivated. If I didn't have to go do this video shoot, I would be still just going on with this lesson because I love teaching you guys. I want to give all my shout outs. I don't even have my list, but you guys know who you are. Peter, Dave, Wayne, Bill, Hugh, we got Sharon, got Claire, we got T-Man, we got Vicky, we've got, man, there's so many people. We got Mark, Brad, another William, we got so many people, but keep up the great work. Mario, I don't have my list, but I'm going to give my shout outs to everybody who's in our course. And if anybody is out there and you haven't signed up for the course, that boot camp and the songbook, you can still sign up for it. And because we're in week 1 and everybody keeps the replays. You guys know that, so you have a replay playlist. Anyway, I'm having a great time teaching you guys, and I hope that you stay motivated. Keep it up, and I'd love to hear from you guys. You can always email me, and I'll see you in the next video.